Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Steven Aldacco from Aldacco Acro here, and I've got something special for you Argentine tango folks out there. I have 5 yoga postures to help improve your tango dancing. I've been dancing for quite some time. I've noticed that my yoga practice has helped with my tango dancing, and I wanted to share that with the tango community. So let's move right away into 5 yoga postures to help your tango dancing. Okay, so the first posture we're going to move into is mountain pose. Okay, so mountain pose. We're going to start with our feet hip width distance apart. If you feel more comfortable, you can bring your feet together, whatever works for you. So now we want to find our center or our axis. So what we'll do is we'll shift the weight forward into the toes. We'll go back into the heels, and then we'll go side to side until we find that centered point, right? Next thing we'll do is we'll make sure that our hips are in a neutral position. So take your hands onto your hips, tilt the pelvis forward, and then tilt the pelvis back. Forward and back, and then find the center point. So you're not forward, you're not back, but you're right in the center. So I'll show you from the side angle. So you don't want your tailbone to stick out, and you don't want your tailbone to be a little too far forward. You want to find a nice neutral position. So you can kind of play with your pelvis, go forward and go back until you find that center point. Now that you have that, we'll find a slight engagement of your abdominals. So you'll pull them in just a little bit, and then feel that infilling also slightly travel up. Now that we have all of that, keep it in place, and then we'll reach the arms up for mountain pose. Now here, we'll think about the shoulders coming down, and we'll do this by engaging the lats, the muscles in the back line of your rib cage. And then your arms will slightly turn towards you, so the pinkies slightly turn towards your body. And then we'll hold here for about 3 to 5 breaths. Okay, so the second posture we're going to move into is chair pose, but what we're going to do in this chair pose is we're actually going to lift onto our toes. So we'll start again with our feet hip width distance or our feet together, whichever feels better to you. I'm going to do feet together today. So now that we have our feet together, we'll bend into the knees. And then when you look down here, you want to make sure you can see the toes. If not, shift the weight back towards your heels. Now we'll bring the hands to the center to start. And then what we'll do is we'll push into the toes, and we'll squeeze the heels together. And we'll also squeeze the inner thighs together in a slight bracing of the abs. And then once we're here, we'll hold this for about 3 to 5 breaths. To make this a little bit more challenging, you can send the arms up. Hold there. And to release, we'll drop the heels down. And then to recover, we'll fold forward and let the head and neck relax. Okay, great work so far. We're going to move into standing figure 4. So we'll find our feet grounded onto the floor. And now we'll shift the weight to one side. And then let's go ahead and pick up your left leg. So you have to think about your right leg here and really push it down into the ground. And then you'll bring your left knee, bring it in line with your hip as best as you can. Now from here, as much as you can, you're going to externally rotate your left leg. So it's going to look something like this. Now do this as much as you can, and then we'll find flexion into the right knee. So we'll bring ourselves down nice and low. And then we'll bring the hands into the heart to help us balance. Your back, you want to try your best to keep your back flat here as you hold this position. And then we'll breathe here for about 3 to 5 breaths. And you can increase the stretch here by leaning forward a little bit, but still maintaining your flat back position, the shoulders back. Let me give you a side view so you can see what the back looks like here. So we go, we lift the leg, we push into the bottom leg, lift the knee. Externally rotate the leg. And now here's where we cross the ankle over the knee. The hands come to the heart. And now we find the flexion into the ankle, the knee, and the hip. Your back remains flat, your chin is slightly tucked so that keeps your spine long. And then hold this here in 3 to 5 breaths, deep breaths. Okay, so the next posture is Crescent Moon with a vertical twist variation. And today I have a couple tools with me. The first tool that I have is a yoga blanket. This will go underneath your knees to protect your knees if your knees are slightly sensitive. So we'll take the blanket and we'll place the blanket into the center of your mats. Take your right foot, place your right foot forward, and here you want to stack your knee over your ankle joint as best as you can so you find that straight line in your body. And then we'll lift the chest. Now here, just like in our mountain pose position, find your neutral pelvis, so tilt the tailbone down, tilt it back until you find that centered position. Now from here, you'll lift the arms just like you do in the mountain pose position. Now you'll take your right hand and you're going to send your right hand back and your left hand forward at the same time. So we're mimicking that contra body movement that we do in tango. Take your left hand, place it onto the outside of your right knee, and you're going to use this hand as leverage to help you twist. Now take deep breaths, and on the exhales you increase the twist. So you want to do this for about 3 to 5 breaths, and then switch and do the same thing on the other side. Okay, last posture we're going to work with is pyramid pose. Now this posture I would recommend doing maybe towards the end of a dance practice, maybe at the end of a milonga, and especially for the ladies when you're using your heels all the time, this is going to help lengthen out the muscles that are shortened by your heels. But you do want to make sure that your body's nice and warm before you move into this. So let's move into pyramid pose. So for pyramid pose, I'm going to make use of these yoga blocks. They're really inexpensive, but they're a great tool to help you find the correct position and alignment for this posture. So if you don't have them, you can pick them up on Amazon. I'll leave a link down below so you can check that out. So let's start in our mountain pose position. We'll lift the arms. And then we'll take the right foot and we're going to step it back really wide here. Now our legs are straight and your back foot, you're going to turn it out slightly. So you're going to find this 45-degree angle. Then let's bring the hands down to the hips. And let's start to adjust the hips so the hip bones are pointing forward towards whatever your front looks like. Brace your abs slightly, and then we're going to fold. We're folding from the hips. And we're doing our best to create a straight line that goes from the head all the way out to your tailbone. Now our hips remain square, and we're going to hold here for about 3 to 5 breaths. Now here's where the blocks come in handy. You can take your hands down onto the blocks and use them as an extension of your arms towards the floor. And then from here you pull the shoulders back and you should feel this stretch in the back of your legs, your calf and hamstring area. Now if this feels good, then you can try to lift your left heel just a tiny bit. Keep your back nice and flat, your core is engaged. And then take 3 to 5 breaths right here. If you need even more sensation in the front leg, then you can step your blocks down maybe 1 time, or maybe you can do this 2 times. But if you notice that your back begins to round, that's not going to help you in this stretch, so you want to make sure you keep your back flat. So choose the appropriate height for your body. Do this 3 to 5 breaths and then repeat on the other side. Alright, awesome work, Tangos. If you have any questions for me, just feel free to send me a message or leave a comment down below. If you like this content, make sure to subscribe to my channel and feel free to share this with your friends, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much.